BYD is a leader in new energy vehicles, not just in the Philippines, but globally. So let's just say you're looking for your first EV or plug-in hybrid DMI, but you're not willing to settle for something smaller. You're looking for something substantial that you can take out on longer trips or use as your daily drive. So let's check out this bad boy right here. What's going on, guys? Roy Robles here from Zigwheels.Ph. Join me as we take a first look at the BYD Atto 2 EV and DMI. Thanks to BYD for sponsoring this video. As you can see here, the BYD Atto 2, the EV variant that what we have right here. Not very huge, but something substantial. It's a SUV that you could use for your daily driver. Up front, you've got this huge blade shield with the BYD badge right here. That's flanked by these two LED headlamps with nice DRLs on each side. Now, the difference between the EV variant and the DMI variant, in this case here for the Atto 2, is that the front end will not have that many vents here because you really don't need to. You just need some very strategic placements of holes here just to cool down the battery. But on the DMI, you'd find some air vents to cool the engine. And this thing looks pretty sporty in itself. It's got a front splitter plus a camera that works with the 360-degree camera system. Now, on top of the hood, you see a slight hint of a power bulge, because underneath that you'd find the electric motor that powers the front wheels of the BYD Atto 2 EV. Now, it pretty much puts up some substantial power that we'll be talking about earlier, but I think you'll be surprised about what it can offer, not just with power, but with range. So let's go ahead and take a look at the side profile of this bad boy and see what else it can offer. A few more differences on the side profile of the BYD Atto 2 EV and DMI here are those alloy wheels. Now, while both show 16-inch alloy wheels, this one right here shows a different type of pattern, which gives it a distinct look over the DMI. But whatever variant you choose, whether it be gas-powered or fully electric-powered, you shouldn't be worried about it because you got this nice side profile going on. I mean, you got hints of a little bit of power with those bulges right here on the front fender and the rear as well. And remember that front splitter design right there in the front, you do have some of that trim the bottom of the door panels as well. Now, the door handles are actually flush with the bodywork, but they're not electronic, so you can just open it up right there, no problems. These are still mechanical doors, just flush between the doors here. Now, one thing about the side mirrors here, you'd have some repeater signals. So you have a camera for the 360-degree camera system, but you also have an NFC badge here because it works with the NFC tag that you get with BYD with every purchase of their car. So all you gotta do is just bring that NFC tag, tap it right there, and you have access. You also have the BYD app with you, which means you can actually just go ahead and turn this on remotely, cool it down, just in case you need to head on over in hot days like these ones. Trust me, that app is a lifesaver, especially if you're driving around in the BYD. I love the look of the C-pillar right here in the back. The rear quarter panel features this glass panel, adding a little bit more design contrast to the overall appeal here, and creates a sort of two-box design for this subcompact SUV. So you still get the SUV looks, but it's got a hint of that new age electrified power. The BYD Atto 2 has V2L feature, which means you can actually use your BYD Atto 2's energy and share it with these appliances. Maybe going out of town, going off the grid. Not so much off the grid with the BYD Atto 2 EV. I most particularly love the ample ground clearance of this subcompact SUV and the four-wheel disc brakes. Heading over to the back of the BYD Atto 2, you really won't see any much difference between this and the DMI variant, except of course for the badge. It says here EV for the EV variant and DMI for that DMI variant. You got these nice looking rear LED tail lamps that kind of form almost like an infinity badge right here, connected by this huge light bar and connects to the other part as well. The flat back evokes a sense of macho-ness, retro look aesthetic, but at the same time practicality as well, because once you got this flat rear, gives you access to more space right here. So with the seats up, the second row seats, you get 433 liters of space, plus more space underneath for smaller items. And if you need even more space, you can fold those rear seats flat in a 60-40 split configuration, putting the space to a total of 1,335 liters. So, but let's take a look at the inside and see what else we can find. All right, so here we are inside the BYD Atto 2 EV, and right away, one thing that really grabs my attention is how nicely sculpted the dashboard is right here. It's also got some contrast colors going on. Got some gray on the top, cream at the bottom. Perfect. You got this huge touchscreen infotainment system with both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Plus, it's got BYD's patented swiveling, rotating screen here, which I call TikTok mode. Now the door cards have these soft touch materials, which is nice, which is surprising for a small budget SUV. A nice center console here, and a nice place for me to put some stuff in. The bejeweled shifter actually has some nice touch to it, and on each side you got a complete sweep of buttons. You got your volume knob here, or should I say a volume switch, AC controls, drive mode selector. You got this EV or HEV mode selector in the DMI, and in this case here for the EV, standard, high, standard, and high. That's for the brake regeneration. So you also have electronic brake hold, traction control, and your engine start-stop button. You also have some cubby holes underneath the center console with two USB ports, one USB-A, one USB-C, and a micro SD card holder so that you can hold it for, you know, transferring some files on the inside. You also have this nice cubby hole in here. You've got some adjustable steering wheel and nice vanity mirrors with vanity lights right there for the passenger. I like how everything is laid out. The seats are nice and comfortable. All right, here are the second row seats of the BYD Atto 2. I'm surprised with the amount of space that I'm getting. You got a absolutely flat floor right there, so even if you want to fit someone in the middle here, well, they can definitely fit in more comfortably than any other small electric vehicle hatchback. You got two USB ports right there, one USB-A, one USB-C, small cubby hole, multiple map pockets here, either for your map. I mean, who holds a map these days? They call them map pockets. But anyway, you can put one for your phone, your laptop, your tablet, and the amount of space that we have on the inside is just staggering. You don't feel any bit of claustrophobia right here on the inside, and this is why you get an SUV. You got lots of headroom, lots of space for your knees and your feet. This is the way to go if you want to go for an EV, in my opinion, but it's not about the second row seats for me. Let's head on out and test this out on the road and see what it can provide us in terms of performance. And I'm going to talk about the range for both the EV and DMI as well. All right, so we're now behind the wheel of the BYD Atto 2 EV. The BYD Atto 2 EV is definitely has some pep to it. It has about 380 kilometers worth of range, which means it's usable around the city and for the occasional out-of-town jaunts. The BYD Atto 2 EV actually makes 177 horsepower and 290 Newton meters of torque, while the DMI is 165 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque, which means it's no slouch off the line. So if you need to accelerate, you can accelerate. Thankfully, the brakes are really good too. Unlike those older EVs where the brakes actually feel like mush, this one right here actually feels like a brake pedal. And if you get the DMI, you have a total range of 1,045 kilometers, which again makes it very usable. So if you do want to plan on saving some gas, probably going to fill up once a month or so, and maybe even charge it since it's DMI technology. There you go. That's something that you can have. Now, the difference between safety features of the BYD Atto 2 EV and DMI is that only the top-of-the-line DMI has the D-Pilot technology, advanced driver assist systems. So if adaptive cruise control is a deal breaker for you, just get the top-of-the-line DMI model. But if that really doesn't matter and you want to go out all EV, like what we're doing right now, and have all that acceleration, you can get the BYD Atto 2 EV. Now, with this, the BYD Atto 2 EV, this has DC charging, so it can fast charge your vehicle. You can still achieve the same 15 to 85% in just under 30 minutes, which is something that's necessary, especially if you're getting an electric vehicle, because you need to get yourself going real quick. You can use fast charging. So the BYD Atto DMI, since it has a smaller battery and only utilizes AC charging, can go from 15 to 100% in 2.5 hours. And remember, with every purchase of BYD, especially with the BYD Atto 2, EV or DMI, you get the opportunity to get yourself installed with a wall charger at home. So it really boils down to the type of lifestyle that you lead. Do you have access to a charger at home? You can go ahead and get the EV because they pretty much drive the same. The only difference is that with the DMI, it charges itself. It has the ability to charge itself, but you have the peace of mind of having absolutely no range anxiety. But range anxiety really isn't an issue even with the EV because of the long range that it has. 380 kilometers in a single charge. That's ain't nothing to sneeze at. Again, it boils down to choice. From safety features like having advanced driver assist systems with the top-of-the-line DMI, or driving around with instant torque and power with the Atto 2 EV. At the end of the day, we're all winners in this equation. So tell me what you think in the comment section down below. So there you have it, guys. Our first look of the BYD Atto 2 EV and DMI. Guess what? If you're looking for your first EV, usually you'd have to settle for a small hatchback because mainly of the budget and the price. Well, I'm glad to report that the BYD Atto 2 starts at 1,050,000 pesos for the entry-level DMI variant. If you go for the top-of-the-line DMI, that one starts at 1,250,000 pesos, but that one comes with advanced driver assist systems like the 360 camera, the adaptive cruise control and whatnot. Now, if you're willing to go full EV, that's where we're talking about right here, 1,280,000 pesos. But it's not just about the one-time payment of these cars, it's about PMS and maintenance as well. Well, BYD reports that if you get a BYD Atto 2, whether for EV or DMI, you get almost savings of about 33 to 44% as compared to other comparable models. So let's say you're paying or you're owning this for the next 5 years, you get to save even more if you get this one over any other competitors. Plus, you get a 6-year vehicle bumper-to-bumper warranty, 8-year warranty on the battery, and 8-year warranty as well on the drivetrain. So you can't really lose. Once again, thanks to BYD Philippines for sponsoring this video. And if you want to get the best prices for your BYD Atto 2, head on over to BYD Cars Philippines website and their dealerships. Now, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We are everywhere. We'll be posting a full review of this bad boy very soon, so watch out for that. Been Roy Robertson, Zigwheels.Ph. I'll see you guys next time.